Have you heard of something called a corporate hair transplant? Are you desirous of doing a transplant where you don't have to cut a single hair and you want to get back to office as soon as you can without people knowing you've had a transplant? If you belong to that category, you need to see this video because this video can totally change your concept of a hair transplant. I'm Dr. Amit. I'm a plastic surgeon with an experience of over 11 years now and more than 4,500 hair transplants. All I talk to you is from my experience, and consider this as an education video where I'm trying to break some myths and introduce some new bits of information to your existing knowledge about hair fall. Now, a lot of patients have hair fall and hair loss and are in a scenario in a professional setup where they just cannot afford to take time off. Now, whether they are COOs or CFOs or CEOs or people in the hospitality industry, the airline industry, they cannot take that much time off from work, and they cannot afford to let people know they've had a transplant. They cannot afford to cut their hair. They cannot have all those red bloody dots on their head. They cannot help. They cannot let their clients tell them that have you had a hair transplant. So, and they cannot wear a cap to office. So what do? Most people like this, they delay their hair transplant and they hope for a vacation where they can do it and go to work. Now, what I'm going to tell you is totally going to break that myth. There is something called a long hair transplant, LHT, long hair transplant, and we at Divine have created a certain expertise over a long hair transplant. Now, the gist of this is, if you cannot take time off from work and you need a hair transplant, this is the one for you. If you cannot shave, you do not want to cut a single hair, this is the one for you. If you need to get back to office within 3 days to 4 days and not let people know you have had a transplant, this is the one for you. So, what is corporate hair transplant? Now, in LHT or long hair transplant, we do not cut a single hair. We take hair from the back of the head, they are long in length, and we implant long hair. Most beautiful thing is we don't cut a single hair in the recipient area as well. So if you want to transplant here and you've got some hair here, don't worry, I will not cut a single hair and will implant long hair in the middle of your existing hair without damaging even a single follicle. Now that sounds too beautiful to be true, but it actually is. The fact that it surprises you is because no one has ever spoken to you about it. In Dubai, Dr. Sajjad Khan, who's famous for doing long hair transplants, he charges nearly 20 lakhs for such a procedure, and in India you can get this procedure at only about 20% of that cost, and I promise you, you will get better results. So if you are in a situation where you know you cannot take time off from work but you wanted to do a transplant, you need to get in touch with us. You can WhatsApp me directly on 9811994417. You can call us on 9811994417. These are my office numbers. They'll get you in touch with me. If you want to WhatsApp me directly, my number is 9999972949. This particular video is focused on long hair transplant. So if you have questions related to long hair transplant, you can get in touch with me directly. If you have questions related generally to hair transplant, then please contact us on the office number and my team will totally take care of you. So I'm going to be signing off from this. Once again, my name is Dr. Amit. If you want your hair forever and forever to look beautiful, this is the time to get in touch with us, and we promise you a head full of hair for life.